This video is brought to you by Elsa Speak. If you've decided I need to finally do something about my speaking skills and I want to do it as soon as possible, then forget about everything else but listening and actually speaking. Forget about writing, reading, and grammar. To really develop or improve significantly or master speaking, you need to concentrate solely on speaking for some period of time and make time for it. Let all of your time be spent on speaking. Obviously, you can learn all of it together, reading, writing, etc. But if you focus just on speaking, you will have a lot more progress in this one area in a much less amount of time than if you were to spend it learning it all at once. If you want improvements and you can't obtain them doing what you're doing now, the following is logical. You need to switch things up, start doing things differently. And this might be exactly the thing you need. Plus, I guarantee that by simply working on your speaking skills, you will boost your confidence, it'll help you with vocabulary, and a lot of grammar rules are going to start to make sense. And all of these things are going to happen organically, and listening plays a very important part in this process. You have to listen to English a lot. Your brain accumulates data and lets you use it in situations when it's needed. By listening, you're getting used to the intonation and stress patterns, to the proper ways of pronouncing words, to the proper ways of pronouncing the sounds, not to mention the language per se. One tip that I'd like to give you based on my own experience: get out of your head. Don't think about sounding perfect or speaking like a native. Don't be afraid of making mistakes and actually go for it. Let yourself make mistakes and suck. You'll learn from them. Just let all of this go and just practice. Just speak. When you actually practice regularly, improvements will inevitably follow. So for starters, all you will have to do is just copy native speakers. Just repeat after them. Pretty simple, right? But I keep literally raving about this because if you do it, if you really put in time and effort, it really works. It's one of the best, if not the best method there is to improve or perfect your speaking skills. Focus just on repeating what you hear and just on the context. It might be difficult at the beginning to repeat even one sentence without dropping words or making mistakes, but it'll get better and better. And this would be the second important thing. Make sure you repeat exactly what people say. So put on subtitles for starters for sure. If you work on this on your own, then please record yourself because otherwise you might not catch or even notice that you're repeating not exactly what is being said. And you have to be precise so as not to learn incorrect patterns. Do it for as long as you can and for as many times a day as you can. Start with one sentence, then more, and then you can even repeat conversations. Doing this will allow you to understand and memorize what and how to ask and answer in different situations. First, choose to repeat what you understand. If you want to, you can search for the meanings of unknown words, but your main focus should be on speaking. A lot of speaking. You need to get used to this process per se. You need to get used to opening your mouth and producing English words and sentences. And sometimes it might be really tiresome. So something simple for starters. One line, one sentence, but you will be repeating it for the whole day or maybe even longer. Accurate pronunciation is a very important part of speaking, and I want to recommend to you a very useful app that will help you with your pronunciation, Elsa Speak. It's an app that will help you with your pronunciation, intonation, and fluency. This is the first of its kind app as it pinpoints your pronunciation mistakes using cutting-edge artificial intelligence technology. You can go ahead and download it right now for free and get 7 days of pro membership for free. The link is in the description. Elsa Speak currently has 1,600 plus lessons and 40 plus topics for you to practice, and great community features for you to learn from people all over the world. They have community feature that allows you to add your friends and colleagues and compete with a leaderboard, as well as ask for help by posting a word you're struggling with and having friends help you correct it. It also has an amazing dictionary that shows you how to pronounce any words or phrases. Now let's proceed to the practicing part. And let's say you'd like to practice some conversations. It's going to be a bit more advanced as you will hear one line and then you'll read your line out loud without prior hearing it. And you'll get instant feedback on how you've done compared to a native speaker.
Great. Please place your suitcase on the scale. I'm afraid it's 4 kilograms over the limit.
I see. How much is the fee for an overweight bag? If you've mispronounced any words, you can click on them and see which sounds were incorrect and listen to how they are supposed to be pronounced and practice them. So let's see. Let's try the word bag. So the sound I mispronounced was g.
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 Bag.
Bag. Okay, good. Also, you can click on watch other people say this and watch how native speakers say this phrase. So as you can see, you can practice saying whole sentences, separate words, and even individual sounds and get instant feedback compared to a native speaker. In addition, you'll be able to pick up phrases and even sentences for daily communication and increase your vocabulary. I think that with this app, anyone can speak English. I also have an exclusive discount for you guys to get 85% off of Elsa lifetime membership or 40% off of a 1-year membership. All you have to do is just click the link down below in the description or in the pinned comment. So let's get back to our video. The next step would be to try to shadow native speakers. When we shadow, we mostly focus on the accuracy of our pronunciation. However, shadowing is not only about improving your pronunciation, it's also about getting used to speaking, learning speaking patterns, the natural way of using the language, and of course, vocabulary. I have videos on shadowing and how to improve your speaking using it. Like we take scenes from movies or TV series, we break the pronunciation down, and I show you how to practice. So if you don't know how to do this, you can watch and use those. The links will be in the description. You can also mix business with pleasure and copy your favorite YouTubers that you watch to learn English. You'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You'll be repeating the useful information they give while working on your speaking skills. Just simply sitting by yourself and shadowing and copying will be 70% of your success. It's that simple, but at the same time, you're going to have to discipline yourself because you're going to have to be consistent. Because while having conversations with other people is definitely something you need and they will help you with your communication skills, developing your speaking skills is a little bit of a different thing. When you're alone and shadowing or trying to speak using your own words, you make all sorts of mistakes, grammar, pronunciation mistakes. You correct them, you say those words again and again until they come out easily and correctly. Repetition. This is how we learn. If you repeat something 50 times, you'll remember it. And that's the whole point of this, be able to speak freely without even thinking. And you can most definitely do this with a teacher if you can't do this on your own. You just have to find the right one. But unfortunately, when you're in a conversation with someone, you won't interrupt it to correct your mistakes or say a sentence a couple of times to get it right. So as useful and important as both of these things are, they aim for different goals. Thus, we need both of them. Think of shadowing as a repetition before giving a performance. Actors do this, people before giving speeches or presentations do this. When we were in school, we'd always rehearse our rhymes or prepare and rehearse answers before exams. And even when people are about to have important conversations or meetings, they rehearse or at least go over what they want to say. And that's why I'm saying that this method will help you not just to speak English, but speak English fluently. You'll be repeating and learning at the same time because when you repeat something a lot of times in a row, you memorize it. You'll be literally learning statements and questions the way native speakers naturally say them and ask them. And you'll be able to recognize the situations in which you can use them naturally. Moreover, by doing this regularly, you'll be able to express your own thoughts with ease. You'll see, needed words and expressions will pop up in your head just like that, and it'll seem like sentences build by themselves and the language just flows. And in terms of grammar, you'll be just like native speakers. You'll be like, well, this is the way I'm supposed to say it. I just know it. Now, I've heard so many times people say it feels weird to talk to myself and I don't have anyone to talk to. Honestly, nothing I say will help you if you've already decided that you can't do anything. So it's really important to be in the right mindset. However, you can certainly use help in this process. You can work with teachers. You can find someone to talk to have real conversations with, and use everything you learned under this video or under any video or post about English. This way is very easy, effective, and free. Or you can use different websites for languages exchange to speak with native speakers. And don't stress yourself out with difficult sentences and super smart words. You're not an encyclopedia or a professor. Frankly speaking, people really appreciate simplicity. Just analyze yourself in your native language. Do you feel comfortable talking to people who use super smart words or terms? You don't have to prove anything to anybody but yourself, so just enjoy yourself. If you don't enjoy speaking English, it'll always feel like a burden. If you're having lessons with a teacher, ask them to switch the focus of your lessons to speaking, but only in English. So the minute you cross the threshold of the classroom, you forget about your native language and use only English. It's not going to be easy, but the results will be worth it. So the point is to concentrate solely on speaking for some period of time. It won't be long until you see huge improvements in your speech. It might slightly vary for each person, but you will undoubtedly see them. You'll be more relaxed about having conversations, and words will come out easier, and you'll stop translating in your head, and you'll develop the feel for the language. Now, don't forget to head down to the description box and get your discount on the Elsa Speak app. I highly recommend using it because it's like having a pronunciation coach in your pocket 24/7. So I hope you enjoyed this video, improve yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.